Hey crafty friends, welcome back to the Old Paper Lady. I'm Lori. If you're new here, welcome and thank you for joining us. I think I am going to go ahead and try to get my design team cover done for my project. So I'm trying to, I'll cut the rest of the pieces out tomorrow. It'll be fine. So here's what I wanted to do. I've got, this is going to be my front page. So I need to glue my papers together is what I need to do. And then I said, well, the pages are white on the, and it's white and blues, you know, some other colors, but you know, it's not kind of grungy looking. So that's what's got me, I guess, complexed or perplexed or however you say that. It's got me confused as to what I want to do with it because it's not grungy. The papers aren't grungy. They're bright and, you know. So I think what I'm going to do is, because most of the colors are blue and green-ish. So I thought this would be pretty to do the front and inside cover with this. So it's called, and where's my thing at? See, it is called Winged Wonder by Night Owl Collage, and that is on her Ko-Fi site. Alright, so my thinking is some of the pages have like the backing writing part and some of them do not. So this page is one of those that doesn't have like a writing page. I'll show you what I'm talking about. So we have this one, and then there's these two. So see, like these are meant to be printed back to back like that. So, but what I'm wanting to do is put them facing each other. So when you open the book, see the pages will be, you know, cohesive because not all the pages go together. So that's what I'm thinking. So now I will take this one and I'll glue it in the middle, and then I'm going to try my best to sew around it. I think that's what I want to do. I'll probably make, honestly, I'm probably not going to sew around it because that's a lot of sewing and I'm not good at it. So I think I'm going to take and glue it. Well, I can't even get them lined up. I'm going to glue them together. And these pages will be facing. I think that's what I've come up with. So then it would be, these pages will be facing. So in the book, when you're looking through the journal, you'll have it folded, see, like that, and it goes together. You see what I'm saying? So that's what I'm going to do. Because see, this is the swan page. And now all of these pages come in the kit. And every bird that she has in the kit, she has 1 to 2 pages of ephemera to go with them. So I was like, well, I don't want to have it to where, like, you know, these are printed back to back like that, because, you know, you really can't put ephemera on this page because you got a bird on there. You can put its name or whatnot, you know, and stuff. And then you flip over and you're doing ephemera for the bird that's on the other side. So I was like, what am I going to do? So then I said, well, I'll take them and put them where they're facing each other. So then, you know, this here, you have the bird here. You can put ephemera for the bird on this page. But then I was like, well, then, you know, I'm going to run out of I'm not going to have writing space, which now you don't have to use all the ephemera that came with it, you know. And that's what I was trying to do, was use all the ephemera that came with it. And so then here's the owl paper. I think that would be beautiful to, that's why I'm saying, you know, each page, these pages mainly had backers to them. There's about 10 pages that don't have backers to them. So I said, well, I'm going to put this together. And that's why I was like, it's going to be a gator mouth journal, because I'm gluing these papers together so that they go with their other scene. So then I'll take the ephemera for that bird and put it on these pieces. You know what I'm saying? That's what I'm thinking I'm going to do. So I'm not really going to have to make a whole bunch of stuff. It's going to be, you know, gluing the papers back to back to cover the white. And I think I'll do an antique linen as, I was thinking to do the antique linen as the ink on it. And I don't know if I'll do that or not. I may not use any ink in this. I don't know yet. That's what's got me to where I'm like, I don't even know what to do with it. It's so pretty. You know, I can't really add anything to it. It's just, you know, it's all-inclusive kit. There's all kinds of ephemera to go with each bird. So you don't have to really make nothing. I mean, you know, just let your imagination go wild and do what you want to do with it. So I said that was the way I was going to do it. Now, this is one of the birds that does not have a backing page. So I said that would be beautiful for my middle of my signature. Love it. Love it, love it, love it. And then this one is also one of the pages that doesn't have a backer for it. Like a designated, because see, these are all what she calls backers for these. So it's meant for this to be printed on the back side of that. So I just ran through when I got my kit and I printed all the papers out. And then these are the other pages that are in with just the journal pages. She has the cardinal. Now she's got it broke down on her Ko-Fi site where you have the backyard birds. You have like the waterfowl. You know, she's got 2 or 3 different mini kits broke down, and there's one mega kit. So this is also in the kit. The hummingbirds are so pretty. Now I did think about taking these and running them back through and making just a kit out of these, putting like a light blue or a light green on the back of them and using the ephemera bits for these bits. Yes, I did. I think they would be pretty. I think that would be really pretty to do that with. But then you'd have to do a little bit of thinking. See, like on this, I would probably do, if this was going to be the back of that, I would print blue to match this, so I could use the ephemera pieces for these birds on this page. You got to do a little bit of thinking about it. And this, I would probably do like a light green to match that green to bring it out, so I can put the bird ephemera pieces on this. So that was my thinking of what to do with it. So then I could have, you know, these pages in a kit as well. So you have a lot of pages in this kit. It's humongous. So now what I think I am wanting to do is I'm going to try my best to get my journal cover. I'm going to make it, the inside's going to be the same as the outside because it goes really well with that. And I was wanting my best, I think what I'm going to do is I'm going to fussy cut out Winged Wonders and put it on here. That's what I'm thinking. At this point in time, that's what I'm thinking. We can save that. We can make us a journal card or a pocket out of that. Sure could. We'll put it in our fix-up pile. So now see, this is supposed to be a fat quarter, and if it is, then that means I can cover 1 and 2, and we'll be great. And that'll be the inside, and outside covers. So that's what I'm wanting to do with this kit at this point in time. So I said, well, then if I do that, put the backers on them, then I won't have to go back through and print them. And then, you know, when I fold it, those pages match. I think that's going to work. So this will be wrapped around. That's going to be my front page, and that'll be my back page. And I think that will be pretty. And then this will be the middle. And I said that's going to be a great middle. So, yeah. So, that's what I come up with. And then I took and put all the backers facing each other. So, it's a little bit different take on it. And I hope I do it justice. So, right now, we're just going to get our covers done up. And I know it's got sticky on it, but I always add extra sticky glue on here because I want it glued shut. Well, that didn't fold right, did it? Or did it? I don't know. Nope, it sure didn't, so it's going to be wonky. Okay. So we're just going to jump into it and try to get our covers done. Which, like I said, there ain't really a whole bunch that you got to do to this kit, but there's a whole lot that you can do to it. So, I mean, she really took, you know, the work out of it for you. She put all that ephemera and all them pretty bird pages together. Beautiful kit. I'm going to put a soft fold on that because then I won't mess it up. So then I was looking through my stash of fabric, and I was like, oh yeah, I got this. I can use that. Because it would match the colors that's in the journal pages. Because the majority of them have like that blue-green to them. And I was like, that is going to be pretty. Pinch that up there, straighten it out. There we go. Okay, so now what I want to do is I think I'm going to try to just even these out here. You don't have to have a whole bunch of fabric on either side, just enough to where it will fold over the envelope and cover it up, you know. Trying to somewhat get it even. And I'm just going to take, so I cut the top off of that so I could fill my bottle up because I couldn't twist this top off. So we're just going to try our best to use this up. And I'm just going to put a big old swath on it and glue it to the other one. And I'm going to flip it over here. I'm going to smooth the front side of it out best I can. Did I get him crooked? I probably did get it crooked. It's okay. I'm trying to get it on there where they ain't got the wrinkles. And I don't think I'm doing such of a good job of it. Ooh, what a mess. Yeah, because I didn't get nothing up here on this corner for one thing. So now I'm just going to take my cutter and cut right down the middle here. There we go. Alrighty, so that's one side of it. Let's do the other side. Now I hope I didn't cut it short. Oh, it's gonna be tight. That's still gonna be able to cover it. That's just fine and dandy, but you know. Okay, I'll set you over here, buddy. Flip you around and get you on there. I do that and then I flip it over, trying to get the wrinkles out of it as much as I can. The best that we can anyways, you know. Okay. Alrighty, I'm gonna put this up before I cut myself. And we're just gonna miter our corners like we normally do. Just cut it right in at the corner. This here I'm gonna cut down to where it's about 1 inch. Thereabouts. Don't have to be perfect cut, but you don't have to worry about gluing all that down. We might make something out of that and we might not. Who knows? So I'm just going to cut it in right here at the corner. And then I'm just cutting this off before I miter that side. Just doing an old rough cut. Probably have if I had fabric cutting scissors to do this with. Let's get them out because that's annoying the heck out of me right there. Because the end don't want to cut. Oh yeah, like butter. See, that's why I said I wanted a bigger pair of Tim Holtz scissors. So now I'm going to take, and I'm going to run a bead of glue down here. I'm just trying to use this glue up. That's all I'm doing, y'all. Out of this bottle. If I can get it to come out now. Oh, now it wants to fall out when I ain't paying attention. Okay. We're going to switch over and use a fine tuning because I know right now I'm going to wind up being a mess with that bottle. Switch over and use the old fine tuning one. Well, if I can get the lid off of it, I probably glued the lid to it. Alright, so now we're this right here, in this corner. I'm going to run a bead down through here. Then where some of it here is still wanting to roll up with me, I'm just going to run a little bead behind it here. Get that laid down. Well, it don't want to lay down, does it? It's okay. So, I hope everybody else is doing good. It's going to be y'all's Saturday video. So, I am still going to do my Merry Monday video because I was wanting to wait. And I was like, no. So, I'm going to go ahead and get this done because if I wait, then I'm going to wind up making me a a grunged out butterfly journal, because I about got the makings of it done already. So I done pulled out the fabric for it. You know, those those pockets I was working on. So see, I pulled out the fabric for it, and I done got my stuff together, my tag bits and everything. So, and then I got all the bits and pieces for that here. So, yeah. So that's what's in those boxes. I done got all the bits and pieces to a grunged out, well, not a grunged out, but a grunged fall theme butterfly journal. So I'm going to try my best to get this journal done in a day or so. This sucker don't want to lay down. And I think I got this fabric, I think it came from Joann's, where I got this piece of fabric from. When I went down there at the first of the year, after I got tax return, I went and had myself a little shop and bought up some stuff to play with and to have on hand. Because, you know, this is in my color scheme, kind of the blue teal tone. So I said I couldn't go wrong with it, you know. And I know for a new person watching, you're just like, oh, that looks awful. It does. But this is, you know, you're covering both sides and you're going to glue them together. So it'll be just fine and dandy. So I said it don't have to be perfect cut, you know. As long as it wraps around the edges, you're good to go. Alright, so I'm trying to get some of this Fabri-Tac off my hands before I switch over to the other one and get the non-sticky part that I do not want sticky. Alright, so now let's do that. I'm going to trade this one out and put it over here. I'm going to bring this one back. We'll cut these down to about 1 inch on the sides like we did the other one. Hope I'm in camera. I know sometimes I pull stuff to me. Just cause, you know, my hands are feeble. I can't hang on to nothing. I really need to put a good wet soapy rag on this thing, get it washed up. Oh, come on, cut it. It will cut it. I can't hang on to nothing. And it's not product error. It is most definitely user error. Okay, so I'm just mitering the corners again like we did on the other one. I just cut kind of at a soft angle to the corner. That's why you won't have all that bulk air when you go to fold them over. And then your corner will be covered and it won't be sticking out on you. Hopefully it won't. Hopefully I won't mess it up. Well, I pretty much had a decent week this week at work after all. Even though, you know, it messed me up at the first of the week where I had to open. And he's done it to me again this coming week. I let him know I was not happy about that. He was messing up my my filming and my sleeping schedule. I was upset when I got the new schedule. I said, you have to quit doing that mess to me, because, you know, for one, I don't sleep good anyway. It's because, you know, I hurt all the time. So I toss and turn. And then just all that mess. So then I'm like, you know, and you know, I film at night after I get off of work, so you're just messing up my schedule altogether. I said, I don't like it. So I got one new person trained this week. Supposed to have another one coming next week now, which she probably won't have, you know, maybe a day or so worth of training, because she's done my job. Actually was a store assistant manager at another place, and so we just need to show her how, you know, how our system, how we want things done, and she should be good. And I told him, I was like, she'd probably be able to show me a few things about, you know, about ordering and this and that. I was like, so I really wanted her to be hired, because she will make my life easier. If she works daytime shift and I work nighttime shift, then we should have, you know, the delivery bits covered. You know, she'll make sure that the order takers that come in for our beer and Pepsi deliveries, that we get what we need. We don't get what we don't need. You know, they don't just keep sending the same stuff, even though it's not selling, just because they get a kickback bonus because they put it on somebody's order, whether they need it or not. And that's what's been going on with one of our beer companies. So that's an issue. And then so yeah, she knows how to do all of that stuff. So that would be a humongous help. And I'm trying to get this corner folded up underneath there. It's going to be a little tricky. Okay. And then this one here, I need to do the same. I need to poke the corner up underneath it and then pull it over. And that's not going to work because I didn't put enough Fabri-Tac there. And of course, I got the Fabri-Tac web. All right, there we go. Now we got you. So hopefully after this week, I'll be back to my regularly scheduled sleep schedule, which is from 6 a.m. to 11 p.m. or 6 a.m. to 11 a.m. or 12 p.m. So I sleep from 6 in the morning because our store opens at 5:30. So I stay up and make sure whoever is supposed to have been there to open it is there. This morning they weren't. And then I was like, well, do I need to come or do I need to wait? He's like, well, but by the time you get there to open, and she will be there. And I'm like, well, still, that's at 45 minutes that the store wouldn't open, from someone who's fussing about, you know, they know what they're doing and blah, 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 blah. Who is constantly late, but fusses about hours. Don't understand it. But that's the way people are. Alright, so I need to get a damp cloth and keep it out here for the Fabri-Tac mess. I'm just running through wipes like it ain't nothing. And I've noticed too that sometimes the wipes will be just wringing wet, and sometimes they feel like they're dry as a bone. Like this pack here feels like it's dry as a bone. Now the one before it was just super duper wet. Like I could just do like that and it drip. And this pack here, not so much. They feel like they're just dry. So I can't get the Fabri-Tac off my fingers as quick. Oh, it's driving me nuts. Trying to get it off her the best I can so my hands don't stick to the other side and I get Fabri-Tac stuck all over it where I don't want it. Because now I'm going to put them together. Okay. So there's the cover, and that's bleeding through because it's still wet, but that's okay. Alright, so now we have inside and front cover. I think I want this as the front cover, this piece with that. I don't know, I may have to use this one as the front cover to cover that up. And put this on the inside cover, and we can put us a full page something on it if we need to. But that's just like that because right now it's still wet. And it isn't dry. And that's where it's sticking to the envelope. But I would really like to have this here as the front cover because the colors are pretty on it. So I'm gonna see if I can I'm gonna get me a blue lace to put in between them and for my closure. I know, I probably should have already thought that part ahead and got it out, but you know what, I didn't. I think that would be pretty. Okay, should we do a lighter blue? Or should the darker blue? I think the lighter blue will go better with the bits and bobs that's in the journal, actually. See, that's the shiny one. Let's see. I think that color matches better out of them, so we'll do that one. Alrighty. And this one here doesn't really matter which side, if I do decide that I have to flip it around to cover it if it doesn't dry good. It will though. Throw that packing away, and we all know that most of my thingy bobs lace comes from Temu. The colored lace anyways does. So it's 1, 2, I'm gonna do 3. I'm gonna do that twice. So now, do I want to have it where it'll wrap around and close? Yeah, that'll wrap around twice, won't it? No, actually, let's do it like that. Cut it in half, and then we'll just put them on either side. And let's do that way. And that'll give us a good size bow. Okay, I'm going to put this up here for now because I need to get the zipper box, and it's over there. Okay. Alrighty. I want you on the front. We'll put you on the inside cover, like so. That's going to be the front. Okay. And then that way, if I need to put something here to cover it up, I can. So I'm hoping that dries and you don't see that after it dries. I've not had it do that, so I don't know. I'm just putting a big gob in the middle. I'm just trying to use this up. Okay, so I think we're pretty much done with that one. Alright, so then I'm going to match the corners up on it. Stand it up. Match the ends. good there. Okay, so then we're going to take these bits, we're going to stick them in here. I'm going to try to catch that right there before it glues. Catch that there. Then I'm going to come straight across as I can. Gotta move my stuff here because that there. Alright. Then catch this one here. Alright. And then we're going to straighten you up and put you down. Then I'll go through. Don't want to fold it yet because if I do, it's going to shift. Then we're going to go through with our Fabri-Tac right at the edge. Can you see what I'm doing? No, because I pulled my mat to myself. See, I try to keep my mat up against my filming arm so I know not to come down below this part. And then when I move my mat, that kind of don't work. So now what I'm going to do is just raise the edges up and go around with the Fabri-Tac and put Fabri-Tac on the edging. That's what I'm doing now, just gluing the edges down. Then our cover will be done. Ow, my finger popped. Oh God, that hurt. Goodness, that hurts. Ooh, that hurts so bad. There's somehow or another, there's a tendon in here that pulls and it'll catch. And then my fingers won't bend for a while. And then won't think about it and I'll push down or something and that'll pop. And when it does, it shoots it this way. And it just shoots a pain all the way up through here. And that's what just happened. And I'm about to cry because it hurts so bad. Ooh-wee. I'm sorry, y'all. Oh, goodness gracious, that hurts bad. Alright, let's see. Is this still evened up with that side? Yep. Are you still evened up with this side? Yep. So I just used my measures on the side of it. That's what I did. Okay, for some reason it looked like it was a little off there for a minute, but I think it was just where I had it pulled up and didn't have it pressed completely down. Fabri-Tac right through here just because it keeps wanting the gate back open on me. Okay. cover is done. Well, the fabric part of it is done. We're going to let it dry pretty good before I try to fold it, because if I try to fold it now, it's going to shift, because that Fabri-Tac is fairly fresh on it. I got this one little piece right here. It wants to pucker out here on the corner, and I don't want it to, so I'm going to load it up with some Fabri-Tac and see if we can't get it in there with the little fringe pieces. Nope. There we go. Now I think I got it glued to my mat and my fingers. Alrighty. So I think we are pretty much done with the cover bits. I'm going to wipe this off pretty good because I got some Fabri-Tac on it just a little bit here and there. Take a good soapy rag to this thing, but it'll be okay. I need this Fabri-Tac off my fingers. I know that much, because if I touch something else, it's going to be glued to me. Okay. Yep, I think I'm going to like that. There's a few little frays sticking out of these corners. It's just getting on my nerves. I'm going to snip them. And then I'll go around and hit it with the Fabri-Tac right on the corners. And that'll keep them from fraying. What's going on with my scissors? Nope, that's not the scissors. It's my hand where I can't move my finger now. Because now it's quit hurting. Now it's numb. I can't win for losing with these fingers of mine. I'm telling you. Alright, y'all. I think we got it. I think that's going to be pretty with those papers. I really do. So, what time is it? Oh, we got 15 minutes. Let's go on ahead. I'm going to try to start gluing these papers together. Then I'll need to go through my decorative bits. Pull out the bird pieces that we got here. See, for some reason that's look a little wonky. I think it's just me though. Alright, so we'll put you up here, let you lay there and dry for a little bit. Now this is going to be a little tricky. So I think I'm going to try my best to do like half. I'm going to try my best to put a bead around it. I think I can glue this with the regular white glue and it'd be okay. I hope. I'm just going to put a bead around the edge of it. If I can drive straight. I'm gonna lay this one down on top of it. Try my best to match it up best I can. From corner to corner. And I'm going to use a white glue that I can have a little bit of play with if I need to. And I got the Fiber-Tac glue bunnies coming off my hands already. And that's aggravating. Okay. Yeah, I got Fiber-Tac glue buddies all over me. So, yep. So, see, then we'll do that. And I don't think that's going to wrinkle it up. It's not quite straight, is it? If I have to, I'll trim just the slightest bit off of them if I need to. I'm going to lay it here and let that dry. And we're going to go on to the next page. Alright, so then I'm going to put this face up like this. And that'll be the page that goes with it. Hopefully. Hopefully we can do this. I know I didn't want to do it with glue stick because I know good and well I can't get it down with a glue stick and get it evened up. I know I can't. Not this big of a surface area, I can't. Not too bad at all, is it? Alrighty then. Well, we're just gonna keep right on along trucking with that idea. It is hot in my room tonight. Maybe it's just cause I'm stressed out about, cause I was really complexed about, you know, how to do this journal, y'all. I really was, cause I didn't want to do it a disservice. Cause I mean, look at how pretty that is. What else can I do to it? So I just sit and stare at it and look how beautiful it is. Because I'm afraid if I do anything to it, I'm going to mess it up. I mean, y'all know how I am with pretty stuff. I don't want to mess it up. And then I don't, you know, I don't like cutting up pretty papers. You know, it breaks my scrapbooker heart to cut a pretty scrapbook paper. So I'm trying my best to get out of that. So, you know, in with showing y'all how to think outside the box of the whole piece of paper. I mean, you know, you could make a pretty tag out of that right there. You know what I'm saying? So I'm teaching myself along the way to quit looking at the whole page. You know what I'm saying? Uh-oh, I moved it. Quit moving stuff. Quit yik-yakking. Pay attention to what you're doing. So I got that bit, that side and this side lined up pretty good. So let's smooth it out. I'm going to try to make sure I pick it all up at one time. And this ain't too bad. I thought it was going to be rough, but I knew it was going to be rough if I did it with one of them whatchamacallit, glue sticks, because I was like, there is no way I can glue that with no glue stick. Can't do it. What is this mess over here? Yeah, because I was like, I ain't no way in the world I can glue that with no glue stick and get it straight at all. Now, if I was going to take and sew, I would run glue stick in the middle and tack it down and then sew around it. But I don't think I'm going to sew this. I don't know yet. Whoopsie, ran off the page. Oh, that's going to be so pretty. I don't know what this crud is that keeps... Alright. I think this is going to do the trick, y'all. I think it's going to be pretty. Because I was trying my best to think of a way to fix it to where, like, you know, it wouldn't have the wrong pieces, you know, and then you flip the page and you have the ephemera for the bird that was on the previous page. And I was like, well, I don't want to do the backing on the actual back of the paper. I want it facing each other. So when you turn it and turn the pages in the journal, those are facing each other. I was like, that would be so cool. So, all right, so this, I know a lot of people watch Gail Augustinelli. So, you know the guy that she always talks about, Joey Cardmaker? He makes his journals like that, where the papers that go together face each other. So, like, your kit would be, I mean, he makes backs where you can print them. If you look through it good enough, you'll figure out the pattern, in which I could have done this as well, but I was just, you know, I was printing them out so I could have my pages to print out to show you all. And then I was like, well, how am I going to put that together, you know? And then it come to me, and I was like, well, I think I could take and glue the back to, you know, to one page like that. And then when you flip over, yeah, I was like, heck yeah, that's going to work. So Joey Cardmaker kit gave me this idea. Instead of putting the backing on the actual page that it was meant to go with, turn it around and face it. So then when you have one side of your journal, it's got one half of the page, and then the other side of the journal has the other half of the pages. I was like, shut up, that is just too cute. That is an awesome, great idea. So yeah, so it's not my original idea. That is a Joey Cardmaker idea. And that's how he makes his kits. So we're like, when you print them out, you got to give a little bit of thought, because he makes it to where the pages face each other, so that when you flip through the journal, like this will be here, and then that's on the other side, and you have papers in between it. So They face each other. It's cool as heck. And I was like, that would work for this. And this is working really well on here. It's not wrinkling it up. And this is Aleene's tacky glue that's in here still. And this is a 40-pound printer paper, the Staples brand. Love it because it feels smooth. It feels so smooth to the touch. And then it's just beautiful color. I love it. It's almost like a matte photo paper is what it is. I mean, it's just smooth feeling. I love those papers. And I think I told you all there was one that I found, Hamel Meal, I think is what it's called. That was a 40-pound printer paper. No, I'm sorry, I'm lying to you. This is 32-pound. I'm sorry. The Staples is a 32-pound. The Hamel Meal is a 40-pound. And I like it too. But it wasn't as smooth feeling as this, like silky feeling. That's what it feels like, silky feeling. It wasn't as silky feeling as this paper, but it did print beautiful papers. It took color very well. And it wasn't too bad thick and bulky, because I was afraid that it was going to be a little too bulky. But for the feel of the papers in the journal, I love this. It feels so smooth. But, you know, you listen to a lot of different journal makers and stuff, and it's all personal preference, basically. Me, I prefer the 32-pound cardstock, because that is the lightest that I've found that I can get away with and print dark colors like this and flip over and print something light on it. I mean, like, you can't see the colors through these papers. See? I mean, I love that. So that is about the lightest printer paper that I found that I can print completely just blacked out on one side and not see it on the other side. Done a pretty good driving job on the glue tonight. And let me quit bragging on myself, because you know I'll mess that up real quick like. All right, I'm trying to match these corners here. These corner bits. Probably should have been doing that, but see, then that happens, it moves on you. Yep, that whole thing shifted when I did that, didn't it? Sure did. So I guess I won't be doing that then, will I? It was working just fine the way I was doing it, wasn't it? So don't mess with it. Why you gonna try to fix it if it ain't broke? Oops. See, I told you I shouldn't have bragged on myself or drove plumb off the page on that one. I need to get a speeding ticket for driving the glue too fast. And I have learned that, you know, this is pretty much a consistent cut on the pages of this, on the Staples brand. Some companies, not so much consistency with the same paper size. You know, it'll be just a hair too wide, a hair too long, or something. But it is a pretty consistent cut. And the problem I'm having is where, like, it's set up here in this thing like this, and one side of it's rolling up. That's the only issue I'm having right now at the moment, because I didn't lay it flat after I printed it. Okay, that goes that way. But yeah, look how pretty that is. Just beautiful. Now, I don't know my names of birds, so I will have to go back and refer to her video. It's Amber at Night Owl Collage on YouTube. She did a showing of the whole kit and how she has it broken down into sections on her Ko-Fi. Now, you can buy the whole mega kit, or you can buy sections, like, you know, the backyard birds or the waterfowl birds, or, you know, what have you like that. But I'm going to have to refer back to that for the names of some of these birds. Now, when I did do the ephemera, I was in the mindset of, I don't know the names of the birds that well, other than, you know, than just birds that I see locally here. But I did cut all of the ephemera and put it in its own little baggie. So, you know, I'm sure I could find a picture of that bird, and all of the stuff for that bird is in that baggie with its name. So I did have the mindset of doing that, because I was like, there's no way I can cut all this up and put it in my little pouch and remember what bird was named what. No way I could do that. So when I did my ephemera cut aparts, I put them all in baggies with the birds and their names and stuff. So when I go back to decorate my journal, I'll know what bird's what. I'll show you what I'm talking about right here real quick. Alright, so in this I put, okay, I have, alright, so see the loom? It has its name. I think that's what that was right there, I'm not sure. But see, it has pictures of, you know, flowers and pockets and that, and little journal cards. And then, and then there's the name of it. So I can find that bird and its name and put it with its paper. And see, then the Oriole, which I think is what that is. So that's why I have so many baggies of ephemera, because I didn't know the names of all the birds, and it was on the ephemera page with it. So then I said, well, I'm just going to put them all in their own little packs. That way I won't be confused and have to hunt up in the encyclopedia or Wikipedia or Google it and see what bird that is. I'll just cut it and put it in its own little zipper bag. Keep all of its bits together. Find the bird that matches it, and that's what that bird's name is. Okay, so what I'm going to do is I'm going to glue all this together. I'm going to let it rest overnight, let it dry good, so when I fold it, it don't shift on me. And the pages and the journal cover. And then we'll get the signature sewed in it tomorrow. And we'll start decorating it. And hopefully, I will have all the bits cut apart before we get to sewing the signature in, because that'll be y'all's Sunday video. I'll go through and do my placement of where I think I want things. And I'll have my bird names figured out with their little pack and put it in with them. That's what I'm going to do after we sew the signature in. And then, so that should be Sunday's video. And then I'll have all of that cleaned up. Get my Christmas stuff out. And I think where if y'all remember when I did the Christmas folio for my last month's design team project with her Christmas vintage Christmas, remember on that video I went back and showed you all how to the measurements and the build of the 1-inch folio, and I did that in red. So I'm going to take and decorate that with a new Christmas pad paper that I found at the Hobby Lobby at the Hobby Lobby a couple weeks ago, and it was called I think it's called Pine Berry is the paper pad that they had in 8.5 by 11. Now they do have some that are really pretty that they only have. I only found it mine now. They only had it in 6 inches, and I was like, oh, that would be so pretty if it was the 8.5 by 11, you know. So now the paper pad is 8.5 by 11, but I made the folio to be 6 by 8. All right, so there is our journal pieces. Oh, that's gonna be so fun. Look how pretty that is in the middle. All right, so now when you flip them, you know, now you have this. See? Lovely, lovely. All right, so I'm going to let all that dry good. And then we'll come and we'll fold it up, fold our cover and our pages. We'll fold them in half. And we'll sew our signature in, and then we'll get our ephemera bag and put it with the bird, and we may try to decorate some bits, but that's what I want to do for tomorrow's video, is get it folded in half, get the signatures sewn in, and I think that is going to be a good choice for that. Let's see, the colors kind of go with all of it. You see what I'm saying? I think that's going to be a really good choice for the colors with the blues and the greens. Yep. And then with that in the middle. Yeah, I like that a lot. So I'm going to find a, probably going to do a light blue in the middle. And then you won't see, it won't be able to be told on the outside either. Yep. So there we go. That's all of our bits and pieces. We're just going to let them lay here and let them dry. And I'm going to get off here. And thank you all for watching my video. And I hope you go over and check out Night Owl Collage on Ko-Fi. And that's where she sells her kits, her digital kits. And she also has a lot of wonderful freebies on her Ko-Fi site as well. And she has member freebie perks as well on her site. And she also sells her own journal projects and folios and stuff as well on her Ko-Fi site. And again, that is Night Owl Collage Ko-Fi. And this kit is Winged Wonder. Okay? All right. Thank y'all so much. Y'all have a good night. And we will holler at y'all tomorrow.